Chapter 2. The group, rejoined by Spike, made their uneventful way to the castle of the two sisters and split into three groups. Rainbow, Applejack, and Fluttershy searching the upper rooms, Rarity, Spike, and Pinkie scouring the main floor corridors, and Twilight, Cadance, and Shining Armor thoroughly checking through the library. The Alicorns and Unicorn were still inspecting the countless shelves as the sun sank low in the sky and the Pegasi and Farm Pony entered.
Anything?
Asked Twilight, looking over her shoulder at her friends from a ladder.
Dust, cobwebs, and rubble.
Applejack answered sarcastically, shaking some dust from her hat before returning it to her head.
Does that count?
I even talked some spiders into helping us look.
Fluttershy added dejectedly.
It didn't help much that we have no idea what the hay we're looking for.
Grumbled Rainbow.
Try not to lose heart, girls.
Twilight tried to sound reassuring.
I'm sure there's...
We found something!
Called Pinkie, bounding into the library. Rarity and Spike followed close behind, a black leather-bound book floating beside them, held by Rarity's magic.
Actually, Rarity was the one who found it,
said Spike, looking at her with a goofy grin.
It was something of an accident, really.
Rarity explained as she set the book on a nearby table, the others gathering around her.
You know how my gem-detecting spell will sometimes go off on its own? Well, this time it led me to this gorgeous black sapphire, which just happened to be attached to the cover of this journal. Naturally, I flipped through it. Turns out,
The journal looked like it belongs to the Alicorn Prince himself.
Pinkie finished for her, her grin nearly swallowing her ears.
What?
Twilight dove for the journal, accidentally knocking Rarity to the side, then jerked the cover open and started reading, her eyes going wider with each word that met them.
Oh my gosh, I think they're right. Listen to this. Discourse of power seems to grow daily, spreading the influence of strife over more and more of Equestria.
She paused for a moment, looking puzzled.
I wonder why strife is capitalized.
The youngest princess shrugged and read on.
Oh wow. I told Sarah and Luna about the tree beneath the castle, and the mystical elements it contains. Hopefully, there will be enough to counter discord, assuming the two of them can attune themselves to them properly. Unfortunately, because of my secretive nature, none of the elements would accept me enough to be able to wield them, so I can do no more.
He must mean the elements of harmony.
Rainbow piped up.
He told the princesses where to find him.
amazing!
Breathed Rarity.
His advice helped save all of Equestria from discord. Yet, almost no ponies ever heard of him.
What else does it say?
Asked Fluttershy, she and the rest of the gathered ponies growing more excited as Twilight skimmed further into the journal.
A lot of general, day-to-day stuff.
The Alicorn told her.
Nothing. Wait. Luna is getting worse. Though I've agreed to keep this secret of hers, I've continued to urge her to discuss her feeling with Sal. Sadly, she insisted that she doesn't know how to approach the matter without sounding like a selfish, jealous little sister. I admit I've never been more worried.
I wonder if he means...
Applejack began. Twilight nodded as she read.
He does. My worst fear has come to pass. Calling herself a Nightmare Moon, Luna attacked Celestia this morning, resulting in a battle that destroyed a good portion of the castle. They were too evenly matched. Sal was forced to use the elements of harmony to banish her to the moon. I suspect that this use broke not only Luna's bond with the elements, but Sal's as well. Worse, I've already foreseen that the banishment won't last, though it will take 1,000 years for the Nightmare Moon to return.
Cadance had steadily grown more pale as the journal was read, a fact that didn't go unnoticed by Shining Armor.
You okay, love?
Cadance nodded, though her voice was shaky as she spoke.
He keeps referring to Aunt Sally as Cell. That's what the other voice in the audience hall called her. That voice also told Aunt Luna that she, more than any pony else, knew about the only secret he regretted keeping.
She shook her head a bit to clear it.
What does any of this have to do with me? Why do my aunts think I deserve to know about this Alicorn Prince?
Rainbow turned her attention back to Twilight.
Does that journal say where he went?
Not really,
Twilight replied.
but it kinda gives a hint. After we discussed the matter, Sal has decided to move the seat of government to Canterlot. Though she tried to convince me otherwise, I'll not be going with her. I've been spending more time in my private meditation hut nearby than in the castle of late anyway, so it won't be difficult to move there permanently. Sal did at least talk to me taking my speaking mirror with me, so that she and I can stay in touch. That's the last entry.
She closed the journal and looked around at her friends and family, settling her gaze on Cadance.
I've heard of speaking mirrors before. They're always paired and allow their owners to contact each other over any distance. If I remember right, there's a mirror off in one corner of the audience hall in Canterlot Castle that doesn't seem to serve any purpose.
I've seen it too,
The older Alicorn said.
and it fits with what little we know so far.
Like the fact that the guards were missing.
Spike interjected.
It only makes sense that the princesses would send them away to talk to some pony who's hiding the fact that he even exists.
Zakor knows this stretch of the forest better than I know Sweet Apple Acres. Maybe she can give us a clue where this meditation hut might be,
Suggested Applejack. All eyes fell on Cadance, who seemed to be mulling the matter over in her mind.
Prince Rutherford won't arrive for a few more days.
Then she nodded, a look of determination on her face.
I've started down this path. I have to see it through to the end.
For now, though,
Said Twilight.
I think we should either camp here in the castle or head back to Ponyville. It's starting to get late.
We hope you've enjoyed this production of Chapter 2 of The Alicorn Prince, written by me, Neil Wolfe, also known as Parody and Burlesque. Voice and art credit may be found in the description below. Please feel free to like, subscribe, leave a comment, and we will see you next time. Thank you very much.